Hey,
said,
Myles, it's nice to meet you.
anywhere.
My name is
Nice to
Neil.
meet
I
you
run
too.
run the demo center that Grimco has, and then we also have Michael Kerber on here. Mike's down in St. Louis, down in our
Great to
corporate
meet you,
office. I'm up in
Miles. How
Chicago.
are you?
Hey, nice to meet you too. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Well, for us all three to be on one call that all knows Kathy, this is a special call.
Right.
She is someone who can pull the best together. This is great.
Yep, I agree.
But I'm just curious, like when you guys were you the one that's at your shop who typed in the code and played the game
Yeah,
and zoomed your guy? So do you
yep.
think it was
So I
real?
got I mean I knew it was real. I didn't know that the vacation was one of the grand prizes. At first when it popped up, I thought, oh, maybe $100 or something like that. And then it wasn't until I pulled up the rules and regulations that you guys posted that I saw it was one of the first prizes, and then I saw the $5,000.
Yeah, it's a heck
Awesome.
of a vacation package. So
Oh, it's
have you decided yet where you're going to go?
no, I'm still talking with my fiance about where we want to go.
Okay.
Oh,
Torn between
nice.
It's a
somewhere hot,
honeymoon
somewhere
now.
cold.
Are we helping make this this wedding happen? Or you guys need somewhere to go before the wedding? I mean, planning a wedding's a pretty big deal. You might need a vacation before the
Oh, it's
wedding.
exhausting. I think you're right. I think that's the plan.
Well, and Miles, I don't know if you read the terms and conditions there. There's no obligation to take your fiance. I mean, this could be a guy's trip. I mean,
Well, there is the bachelor trip.
right
No,
there
I
we go.
think
Oh, wow.
she
I
would
don't think
grab a
she'd be
pillow
happy
and
with that
smother me in
one.
my sleep if I didn't take her somewhere.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, we want to thank you for your business too. You guys won the vacation. You made a pretty large purchase of some Duratex Cast Acrylic, the clear Cast
Yeah.
Acrylic. So tell us a little bit about your business. What do you guys do? What's your staple products?
So we build sets for TV studios. So if you're watching the news, we do the desks and the backgrounds that you see. And we use the Duratex acrylic for a bunch of our news desk tops.
Okay, gotcha. So that's the green screens, all the things that go into a news desk studio.
Yep.
You guys kind of fabricate all the standalone things for that?
Yeah, exactly. So we're
Nice.
based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We've been in business over 30 years at this point. We got our start in trade shows. And then in 2007, when the recession happened, nobody was doing trade shows.
Yeah.
So we started advertising on Google for TV studio sets since we'd gotten a few phone calls. And then in 2019, 12 years later, we finally did the full move from our old company, Gelbach Designs, to TV set designs.
You guys really found that niche
Oh,
in that market of doing TV set designs. Have you branched into the podcast design? You talk about trade shows being the previous, now TV sets. Is any podcast requests come across?
a little bit. We've got a few of our news desks that we sell to podcasts fairly often, or we'll rent them if it's a traveling podcast.
Can you give us an idea, like what are a couple of things on a news desk? What part, where would we find a Duratex acrylic on a news desk?
So that acrylic would be, if you're watching the anchors, the top of the desk that they're sitting at is typically what we use. That's where we use the Duratex acrylic.
Ah,
So we'll
cool.
cut it on our CNC router, we'll bolt it down, and then we'll flame polish the edges.
Nice.
Speaking of flame polishing, we hear people needing something like Duratex more and more for flame polishing. What is that? Why do you flame polish it, and what look does it give you guys that non-polishing doesn't do?
So we'll polish it. We won't polish, and we'll sand the edges if we're doing something edgelit. So we'll embed LEDs into the top, LED tape, and then it'll brighten up the edge, and they can change colors and everything. But when we polish the top, it kind of looks like a continuous sheet of glass, essentially.
Yeah, like one of those infinity pools. It kind of has no edge
Yeah,
to it
exactly.
whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. Miles, I don't know if you could tell or not, but Michael Kerber's kind of the LED expert. He really geeks out when we start talking LEDs and lit up
Okay.
edges and things like that. It's definitely his.
When you said LED tape, you might have seen me jump up like that just a little bit.
Tell,
When it comes to vacations, what are you and your fiance? How do you are you a relax and sit back kind of couple, or is she
Not
trying to
so
relax
much.
on? She's trying to relax on the beach, but you're like, listen, we can rent horses and go up into the hills and this and that while she's just trying to just get some R&R.
Well, our last big vacation was to Maine to go to Acadia National Park. So we probably hiked about 10 miles one day. We did a boat tour and walked around Bar Harbor up there for another day. Before that, we did Iceland and ended up hiking, I think 15 miles round trip out to go see a live volcano. So it's normally something like that.
So we'll classify you guys as active vacationers. Like you like to stay active on vacation. So.
I don't know what I would do just sitting on the side of a beach for 8 hours.
That's why we called it Grimco's Grand Adventure, not Grimco's Great Relaxation.
Exactly.
You couldn't have been a better vacation winner. I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it's debating on either Hawaii or possibly somewhere in Norway to go see the Northern Lights.
Right. Yeah. Anywhere, so long as they have lots of hiking. I mean, Hawaii's got tons of volcanoes you can hike into. That sounds awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
somewhere pretty that I can't see in North Carolina.
There you go.
That's
Myles,
awesome.
If I had a magic wand, I could make anything happen here. What's something that Grimco can do to help you guys continue to grow your business? You didn't know there was going to be a quiz on this show, did you?
No, I didn't. If you guys could give us a laser engraver.
just hand it over. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So laser engravers on your, I mean, that's my realm. Equipment is my spectrum here in my Chicago demo facility. I don't currently have a laser engraver, but it's been on my wish list for a couple of years. Laser engraving.
Either really laser engraver or right now I've been looking at application tables for sign vinyl.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. That I can help you with.
Or a roll-to-roll printer 30 inches wide.
Okay.
30,
These are all easily solved things. We got this, Myles. I wanted something really like we can go above and beyond here at Grimco. No, absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much for your business. We take pride in the fact that we're able to make sure we're keeping you growing, and as the market changes, market evolves, your needs change as a customer. We want to make sure we're there to meet your needs and supply you with anything you can need. So, Myles, congrats again on the vacation. When your fiance decides where you guys are going on vacation, you got to make sure you tag us in some of the pictures of whatever mountain you make or hike up and down.
Yeah. Myles, I got a quiz question for you. Okay.
Okay.
And this will get you guys an extra bottle of wine at whatever hotel you and your fiance go to. Do you know what products Grimco started making in the early 1900s? So Grimco is 150 years old this year, which is why we decided to have a little fun and put out 150 prizes worth $150,000. Do you know what Grimco was doing 150 years ago that got us into the sign industry?
Paper manufacturer?
No.
Solid guess, though.
Solid guess. This is the wrong answer is going to get you a bottle of Missouri wine. Okay. No, we were actually manufacturing police and bossing police and fireman badges, and it's called Grim Stamp and Badge then. And when cars became a thing in the early 1900s, it was police department's job to actually start installing street signs to organize the street. So because we were already making embossing police badges, we started embossing what today we would call an ornate street sign, and that's how long Grimco's been in the sign industry. So but way back when. So you just won yourself a bottle of Mid-Missouri wine, okay?
All right, I'll take it. And that is cool. I never knew that about y'all's history.
Yeah, a couple world wars, a depression, and a few other global events later, and here we are. Still around, still family owned, just like you guys, and trying new stuff all the time.
Yeah, I'm dying to see what the next 150 years brings us. So.
Exactly.
Hopefully, I'm still not here.
I hope you make it.
Let's go for that. But a lot of innovation. Yeah. Well, Myles, like Neil said, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much. Hope you had fun doing playing the game, and it's still going on for next couple of days that we've got purchases available. So thanks for doing this, and thanks for taking such great care of Kathy here.
Yeah.
No problem. Kathy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.